Hello everybody and welcome to Getting Wrecked. Today we are going to start a new playthrough of a game called Battle Brothers. So this is an indie title from Overhype Studios, which I would describe as Jagged Alliance in a fantasy setting, which means you are controlling a band of mercenaries and you have a pretty open world, but you have to make progress by playing tactical battles, going forward, exploring the world, trying to make friends or making enemies. And I'm not an expert of this game, but I think it seems to be kind of cool. We will try to play on veteran. We will have a late game crisis that is called random. So it will choose one of these different scenarios. I think they are pretty self-explanatory. And we can give ourselves a company name, and I have already put in ass kicking for goodness for anyone who's been playing Baldur's Gate. And let's call the map seed for Get Wrecked, so you can play along if you want. And then choose our emblem or our banner. I mean, this one is the best looking one in my opinion. I mean, if it's ass kicking for goodness, it should be at least somewhat honorable, like this maybe. Praise the sun. So I haven't been playing this game for too long. It seems pretty difficult, so we will see if we will be able to finish this or not. The last battle. This is actually the first battle in the game, and this is always going to happen. You can read this if you want to. I'm not going to read it all out, but more or less you are in a battle where you and your last battle brothers are fighting to the end. Now, this fight is more or less always the same. When you start a game, you have this guy that moves away. But let me describe the game mechanics a bit for you. So, our guys are on the left hand side here. We have a grid-based battlefield. We have weapons. This guy has a crossbow, two-handed axe, spear and shield. We have action points down here. We have fatigue that you use for skills and attacks. We have the morale. If you have low morale, you will get penalties. Head armor, body armor and hit points. So you will have to fight through the armor before hitting the hit points, even if the weapons kind of pierces armor a little bit, and there are some more mechanics to it than that. And then we have our skills down here. So this guy, Torbjörn, he only has shoot bolt because he has, well, he does have a crossbow. So we can click one and then we can see, do we have 60% chance to hit this guy or 48% chance to hit this guy, because he's further away and he has a shield. So, and then when we have moved with this guy, we will move the next one and the next one. These two have already moved, so that's why they are not on this, because that will be the end of the turn. So as you can see here, we have the action points, and this will cost 2 action points. It will do 30 to 50 damage to hit points, and it can ignore armor, but it also do some damage to armor. It would most likely be less effective against armor than against HP, because maces and like warhammers, they are better against armor, than piercing weapons, kind of. So, anyways, we will just take the shot here. Or let's talk about the action points first. So we can move, and then we can see that we will lose 2 action points if I move here. We can see the fatigue building up as well. If I press 1, I can see fatigue and action point being used for shooting this bolt. And we hit him. So not only did we remove some HP from him, but they also have these debuffs because he got wounded, so he has a pierced side, and he's wavering because his morale got lower, so he will be even easier to hit. And now we got a new skill here, reload. So we will reload. That will cost us a lot of fatigue. Pulling the trigger is fast, but rearming the crossbow is pretty slow. Now we have a two-hander guy here, so we could move up here and still have an action left for split man. If I move over here, I will not have enough action points to do that. If we get in melee with this guy, we can't escape melee range without him getting attacks of opportunity, and if he lands an attack of opportunity, you will not even move. So when you engage in melee, you are kind of stuck in melee if you don't use skills like shield bash to move them away or something like that. But let's get Oswald in here, and he has split man, 6 action points, does a lot of damage. Hit both head and body for additional damage. So that's a pretty good shot. Then we have round swing, that's an AoE attack, and split shield. This guy doesn't have a shield, so we will not split his shield. Now if we attack like this, we will have 61% chance. If we wait and put him last in the turn order, we can move up with engulf here. Yoink. And he has a spear, so he can thrust this guy. Or, well, that's kind of everything he can do. Or we could go shield wall and get bonus defenses. But that doesn't really help, since this guy would most likely attack the one without a shield. Maybe it will help against this guy. We could also wait and do this attack first. So we can see that before we had 61% chance to hit, I think. Now it's 5% better because we have him surrounded. Shoff! So two-handed weapons are pretty efficient. So since this guy is standing in front, we can use spear wall. That's kind of Overwatch in XCOM games. So if he moved into our melee range, we would have gotten a free attack off against him. I got a wound. Injured kneecap. Since he's... before I waited for moving in with the other guy before attacking, but since this guy will have his action before I get a chance to attack with Oswald anyways, let's just try a shop. Right, that went pretty well. I don't think you can lose the first mission. I think you would end up with 0 hit points, kind of a deal. So we got experience. And we got some loot, a spear, and a buckler, I guess. Let's take that. So that's the first battle. So we are alive. So now they ask us what we should do, because, well, everyone else is dead, so we are the captain now. So now the game actually starts. So this was kind of a mission from Bokenberg. Like I said, this is random in every campaign. You can see the world map, pretty large. So we got a mission here for the ass-kicking asking for goodness, and we will go to Bokenberg and press play. So this will happen in real time, so we can see our party going around here. We can open the roster and look at this, what we have. So we have 3 guys, and they have pretty low morale because we lost most of the company. We also have some different perks. Now these skills here are tied to the spear and the shield for this guy, or the axe, or the crossbow. But we also have some passives here. Getting extra melee defense, which is... well, we can talk about these stats sooner or later anyways. And we'll get extra hit points on this guy. This guy has extra max fatigue, but he will get lower experience gain, which is pretty bad. That's really, really bad, actually. And then this guy has nothing. Right? That's kind of weird. That's the first time I've seen that. So let's talk about the stats. We have head armor and body armor and hit points. So if you hit someone in the head, you will take twice the damage if you don't have head armor. So that's kind of the critical hit chance to hit head down here, 25% on all our guys right now. Anyways, so these are our kind of hit points. Having armor is based on these 2 items we have, the padded surcoat and the leather cap. So this guy doesn't have any head armor, so if he gets hit in the head, he is dead. that's just it. Game over. Well, it's not game over, but we lose that guy. Then we have action points. We have fatigue. So fatigue is used for skills and moving. So if we end up using a spear wall, we get a lot of fatigue. We only lose 15 fatigue each turn. So if you use anything else than your standard attack, you will build up fatigue really quickly. Then morale, that will give you bonus if it's high. Resolve is your kind of defense for morale damage. Initiative, when you will have your turn to move in the turn order. Melee skills is your chance to hit with melee weapons. Same thing with ranged skill. Melee defense and ranged defense is the same thing. Well, that's the defense against these guys. So you take your melee skill minus the enemy's melee defense, for example, to see your chance to hit. And then we have vision, which is most important for archers, I guess. So archery at night time is a bit worse. Right. I don't really like this axe, so let's give him a buckler and a spear. So we got back to Bokenberg, and we killed this man, but the weasel eluded our blades in the end. So maybe you noticed that there was an archer running away in that first mission. So here we got a chance to decide if you want to kill the weasel who ran away, or if you want to just do other missions. I say we can finish that guy off, so let's go and find Hoggart. But we will need to build up our ass kicking of goodness. Oops. Fireworks in the middle of the day. Well, strange. Anyways, so now we are at Bokenberg. We have gold. We have provisions. So the more soldiers you have, the more provisions you need. Tools are used to repair armor between battles, and then ammunition as well. Ammunition, medical supplies is used between missions as well to heal your people. And then we have the roster, just like before. So what we need to do now is to, like, we have 3 out of 12 people active. So we can look and see if we can hire someone in this village. So we can see the cost, and we can see the daily wage here. And we can see the background of these different people. We can also see if they have any special weapons and the armor. So this guy has a hat and a mace, so maybe that's why he's a little bit more expensive. He has a background as a cavern hand, so he will most likely be maybe have a bit higher fatigue than other people. This guy is a peddler, so he might be weaker, but maybe better at something else. And a miner, which, like it says here, breathing in the dusty air may have taken a toll on his health over the years. So miners might be strong, I guess, but they will most likely have lower max fatigue. So this is kind of a gamble, because you can't see their stats before you recruit them. And I kind of like to recruit the ones that are cheap. So we should get at least 3 more soldiers. And since the miners actually says that they are bad in a way, let's go with Fritz as well, even if he does have gear, which I don't really want to pay for, but alright, that... We also have a weaponsmith and a marketplace. Now, weapons are pretty expensive at the weaponsmith here, so I'm not going to buy anything here. So it might be really good, and good gear is important, but in the marketplace you can usually find more things for a better price. So what we really need is to have headgear, for example. I think that's pretty important, so no one get one-shotted by like just a random arrow to the face or something. So if you look here, we can see that we need to have at least 2 headgears and preferably 2 shields. And maybe one-handed weapon. That's kind of what I'm looking for here. We could also buy like trade goods. So these things up here, like salt and copper, that's something they make in this village that might be in demand in another village. So we could make money just running around selling stuff. Anywho, so there are a lot of different weapon classes. We have pole arms that have a range of 2 tiles. We have spears that you can use as like an Overwatch weapon, where you have the chance to attack anyone that enters your melee range. They also have a bonus to hit. I'm guessing pickaxes, I haven't used them, but they're really effective against armor. Knives doesn't weigh anything, and then hatchets can be used to destroy shields. And maces, I guess, can be used to stun people. So, let's get 2 hats and 1 shield. Do we... How good is this? 30 hit points. I don't know if it's worth it to pay for a leather tunic. 20, 30, 50, okay. I guess our archer can have the straw hat, makes sense. Something like this. Let's check what we got here, so... Holy crap! So we can see that the melee skill on this guy is super low, but he has 2 stars in melee defense, so he will have an easier time leveling up melee defense. Greedy. Well, that's not a good perk, but anyways. So Yeah, that's really low. So Gerald is our cannon fodder. I don't know if giving him an axe is a good idea though. Let's see if we can give him at least a buckler. Actually, let's do it like this. I will give him this shield. So we can also move these guys around if you want to have them in front or in the back. So my thought process here is because with the larger shield you get the shield wall ability. So that way at least you can use shield wall while other guys can use attacks. So anyways, I think we're done here. So we need to recruit one more, and we also need to visit Lanzenfeste, west of Brokenberg. So that's over here. So let's go get over there. So we are doing things while we wait for our quest giver to find the weasel. So it's faster to move on the road here, but I guess the AI found it faster to go over here. It will cost us more food to go over the snowy mountains than going on the road as well. So I'm not sure if this is really a good idea. Will we be able to get there before the end of the day? Nope. Because the city will actually kind of... yeah, so I think they will actually be closed when we got here. It's only the tavern that's open. You can give people some ale or pay for some rumors. Let's just set up camp until it's dawn again. So we need one more person. Let's see if there is anyone in this city that's better suited. So Steinar, pretty good hedge knight, but 7,000, that's pretty expensive. But some of these backgrounds are better than other, like deserter. That doesn't sound very good. Kurt, Mason. Maybe Kurt is a good choice. Balan, he actually has a shield or a buckler and a sword. Hugo the Slow doesn't sound very promising. Let's get Kurt. He has a pretty good melee skill, and he gets extra experience gain because of being a mason. Yeah, but I still think it's better to have one-handers in the beginning so we don't just start losing people. Training hall. Train these guys. I don't think we really have money for it. But no. It's a possibility. Armorer? Now armor is super important in this game, because if you take damage to your HP, you will be wounded and less efficient in a fight. So it might be a good idea to actually buy these really early. It will impact your maximum fatigue though. Let's check out the market first. So wooden shield for 105. Thick tunics are not bad, 35, that's better than nothing. But I do actually think that we will go big here and actually buy something better. Like these lamellar armor is pretty good, 95 armor. Sure, it might not help if they get hit in the head, but should we buy one more? Might be a bad idea, because we could use the money for more people instead. 131 for shields. So it's a bit cheaper on the market. Get some low level armors or headgear. Something like that. I'm kind of trying to make sure that we get a good start here, because that's quite important. Start to get experience on our guys as early as possible. I think this is fine. We could buy tools, but that's... yeah. Buy a couple of tools. As you can see, the price is 232 here, and they're worth 200. 232 is pretty cheap for tools. They can easily get over 100 or 300. And let's get a polearm. Yeah, that should be fine. So, instead of that axe, you will have polearm and a hat. 30, 20. Let's see. Let's give you the right shortcut and 65, 50. I'm trying to spread the love a little bit so I get the more experienced guys, the better armor. And this guy should be in the nude, so let's give him something like that. I got one more shield. Also the jungler or this guy? Who is most important? This guy is more important. From the stats. You could give this guy the axe in his inventory. He will lose some fatigue, but hey. That's a pretty good backup weapon. And we can't get any contracts here just now because, well, the fact that we are moving up here is so strange. Anyways, because we have reputation. So right now we are unknown because we haven't done many missions. We also have a neutral standing with all these different houses. And with the city of Brokenberg, we have a little bit higher because we did that first mission. So that's a good start for getting missions in these smaller villages. Like if you zoom in here, we can see this is more of a village, this is more of a town. So in the beginning you can kind of only get missions in smaller villages. Right. So, Halston the Guildmaster have found the weasel or hoggart, so we will return with his head. I guess we have the same guys waiting here, yes. So here's the hideout, so up again. Couldn't we have seen these guys before? Alright, so if we kill him, we will get 400 crowns. That's pretty good for an early mission. Like, some of the missions you will get like 200 crowns for doing. Alright, so we got a few brigand thugs and we have a brigand poacher. Engage. Engage. So, this is the first real battle, I would say. And we have the high ground here, which is really good. That means we can shoot further. We will also have bonus chance to hit. Hoggart the Weasel is in the back there. And he should have a lower chance to hit up here. So let's shoot the one that doesn't have a shield. I don't like ranged guys, they are always a bit scary. It will also cost more actions to move up and down terrain level differences. So the question is, do you want to move closer and make them fight from down here? I'm guessing that's a good idea. So we can end this turn. It's too bad we can't make it up here and then use our fancy spear wall in time. It's just too slow to move in the snow. Actually, I almost have you stand in front of our range guy, because we might get shot by their range guy, because he's covered by his friends here, so but we can take a shot and then move behind someone with a shield. And he's firing quick shots, so that guy, I think we got his head, so we actually made it up here. So I'm just using Frost here. Pretty good chance to hit. I'm tempted to close in on this guy and lock him in melee. But he has friends, so maybe we should focus on this guy. If I go down here, he will have a high advantage against us, which is a bit nasty. Let's lock this guy in melee, that's fine. They will have a hard time climbing this anyways, so surround him with our with our melee dude, melee for real. I don't know where this guy's going. I guess he's going to go up on this side, maybe. So maybe Fritz should be standing guard here. So since we have a pitchfork or a polearm, we can attack two squares away, which is pretty useful. So if we try to attack this guy, well, he's behind some kind of rock, but we might also hit our own guy, so it's a pretty bad idea to shoot too close to your friends. So you could either shoot at this guy or Hoggart, and maybe hit that guy by shooting at Hoggart. Look at that fancy footwork, they changed places. That's a like level 3 skill, I think. So we can hit him with our bare fist, or we could try to push him back. I don't know what pushing him back would really solve. Let's just punch his punch his shield. That's a super good idea. Nice, getting some wounds and he's wavering. Maybe get you out of line of sight from that guy. Maybe I should do something with you as well. Try to push him away so we could melee this guy again. Okay, he switched to knife. Oh, we hit! How rude! He used riposte, so if we attack him and we miss, he might be able to hit us. So we could either go with a knockout that will stun them, or we can go with the bash. So bash will do more damage but no stun. And well, knockout would cost extra fatigue, or yeah. Let's just wail at him. Gerald! Yeah. Freaking fist fight. Oh yeah, he has riposte, so maybe I shouldn't attack him with that low chance to hit. Nice. We need to wound that guy because he might be able to break through Fritz here. And he is dead. So either we help out over here or we help out over here. Let's go up here. Bring Kurt up. Oh, how rude! He used my tactics. He has been a good student. This guy is almost dead, so... Alright, that got... We were pretty lucky, that was 44% chance to hit. Should we... Okay, we don't really have enough stamina for... pushing him around. And you are a little bit too slow. Okay, hit his shield. Well, this is a problem because we need to stand here if we want to be able to attack him, which we can't, and otherwise we have to move around all that way, so... you have to chill. So we don't have enough fatigue to knock him back. Don't die. Okay, he used shield wall, so... Can we attack from up here? Nice. Where is that guy going? So we could try to knock back, because that will cancel his shield wall. Or we just attack. Might be a better idea to just attack him. That guy is a bit too fast for me. Our poor Ingolf, super tired. Doesn't even have enough fatigue to move up. Please don't kill us with a lucky shot. So the small buckler is pretty good against melee attacks, but it's less effective against arrows than your larger shields. He's just hightailing it out of here. But now he's locked in melee, so we should be fine. We still have a nice knife, so we might be able to do some nasty stuff. So they're going to retreat. We can choose to either try to kill them all, which we might as well try to. Because I kind of want his gear, so if I don't want to lose someone for it. It's got pierced chest, less fatigue, max fatigue that is. And he's tired from running, which maybe makes sense. The more we surround him, the less resolve he will have, or he will have a higher chance of panic. Punch him in the face! No? Whoops. Accidentally ended turn there. That was not my intention. That guy did more damage in melee than in range, so we got some level ups. We got a lot of wounds though. We'll heal by tomorrow, heal it in 2 days, and we also have this pierced chest. Let's look at the loot. So we got a lot of shields, that's good. Maybe that armor could prove useful. 55, that's pretty good. Dried fruits, that's some food, and then salt that we can sell. Alright, time to get paid. So we can see that they are repairing this while we are marching. This guy kind of wants to be in the reserve because he is wounded. Let's give him a shield. Pitchfork guy, is that okay? Looking at the armors. So 55 armor for someone in the back. Like that. And we got a sword, if you want a sword. Maybe don't need that thing any longer. Yeah, seems fine. So even if you can only have 10 bolts here, you will... this is not how many arrows you have, because you have that over here. Ammunition tells you how many arrows you have. So this is just how many you can have in one fight. Anyways, we got some level ups here. So Ingolf got the level up. So because he has extra stars here, he will get more stats if you level these guys up. However, how many skill points you get for each of these is a bit random. I don't know if it depends what you did in the fights. But getting extra melee defense plus 3 seems pretty good, and then we have 2 more that we can put out. The resolve is a bit low here, so we could increase that, and the hit points. Now you can also choose a perk. So I will hover over this so you can at least read them. So either we get extra hit chance if you miss, we can make easier wounds on the other guys, we can get extra hit points, get like extra life without, or not getting killed by the first killing blow, extra bag slots, lower cost for movement, use adrenaline to get extra extra moves the next turn, or recover to get fatigue back. Or we got student that will give us 26% extra experience. So on level 2 you will have to decide if you want to go on for student or not. So the next level we can go deeper down in the tree, but student is pretty good. But at the same time, do you want to have $100 tomorrow or $10 today? So it's about, do you want to have them stronger now in the early game, or do you want them stronger in the late game if they survive? Looking at this guy, he seems to be a bit of a tank maybe. He has the highest by far melee defense. So the extra hit points might be a good idea. At the same time, if you take a student, we will get the next level up earlier, and then we can choose health in the next level up and get the extra health that way. This guy is melee for sure. +3 extra defense, and resolve is alright, I guess. Let's go like that. Let's get Pathfinder is so good, so freaking good. That's maybe one of the best skill that I have seen. Lower terrain cost by 1 to a minimum of 2 action points per tile. But let's get student here as well. I'm greedy. I'm super greedy. Alright. So they tell us you get kind of the tutorial by these small dialogues between missions. Like they say, oh, you can camp. So the return to Bockenberg, and we got 400 crowns as brothers. And it's closed because it's nighttime. But anyways, thank you guys for watching this episode. In the next one we will have to find some kind of contracts on our own, or we will just roam around looking for bandits and stuff. We will definitely need more brothers. Like, you need to get up to 12 as early as possible, in my opinion, because you will be fighting larger and larger groups and more difficult enemies as well. Anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you again next time. Goodbye.